The village rested between two rivers, old as the stories whispered by the wind. In that village lived a young woman, whose beauty was spoken of long, before her footsteps were heard. People said the sun followed her wherever she went, and pride followed even closer. From childhood, she learned admiration, not humility. Elders praised her looks. Young men feared her tongue. No one corrected her when respect slipped from her voice. To her, age meant weakness. One afternoon, the village buzzed with preparation for the harvest festival. Drums echoed faintly, children ran barefoot, and women carried baskets along the narrow paths. At the edge of one such path, an old woman walked slowly. Her back was bent like a question life never answered. Her skin carried scars of time, and her eyes held a quiet depth few dared to meet. As the young woman approached, the path narrowed. The old woman raised her hand gently. "Daughter," she said, "allow me to pass." The young woman rolled her eyes. She had waited her whole life for nothing. She would not wait now. Mocking laughter escaped her lips. Sharp words followed. Villagers nearby slowed their steps, sensing something was wrong. Then it happened. Her hand moved before thought caught up. The slap cut through the air. The old woman fell. The drums in the distance seemed to stop. The old woman lay on the ground, dust clinging to her clothes. She did not scream. She did not curse loudly. Slowly, painfully, she rose. Her eyes met the young woman's, and in that gaze lived sorrow, not anger. "May life teach you," she said softly, "what respect could not." She turned and walked away. That night, the village felt unfamiliar. The wind howled as if searching for something lost. Shadows stretched unnaturally long. The young woman laughed it off, surrounded by friends, dismissing the unease. But when she awoke before dawn, her laughter died. Her skin burned. White marks bloomed across her arms like spilled ash. Fear crept in quietly. She covered them with cloth, hoping daylight would erase them. Then, by evening, whispers spread faster than truth. "She is cursed. She angered the spirits. She disrespected an elder." Each word struck harder than the slap she once delivered. Days passed. The marks spread to her face. Her strength weakened. Food tasted like dust. Sleep brought nightmares where the old woman stood silently, watching. She sought healers. They shook their heads. She offered gifts. They refused. "This is not sickness," one elder finally said. "This is consequence." Her beauty faded. So did her friends. Those who once followed her now avoided her path. Alone, afraid, and broken, she collapsed near the marketplace one morning. The ground felt cold. Tears soaked the dust. For the first time, she remembered the old woman's eyes. Not anger. Disappointment.
That memory hurt more than the curse. With trembling resolve, she asked where the old woman lived. Silence answered her. Finally, a child spoke. "She lives beyond the forest, where people forget to look." The journey was slow. Pain followed every step. The forest seemed alive, watching her struggle. When she reached the hut, it looked like it had grown from the earth itself. The old woman sat outside, calm, as if time had paused for her alone. The young woman collapsed to her knees. "I was blind," she whispered. "Not in eyes, but in heart." The old woman studied her quietly. "Pain opens ears, pride keeps closed," she said. She touched the young woman's forehead. "Go back. Serve those you once looked down on. Humility is the only cure. The path back felt heavier. The village welcomed her with laughter and mockery. Children pointed, elders watched silently, but she did not stop. She swept floors, carried water, fed the hungry, sat beside the sick. Days turned into weeks. Her hands hardened, her heart softened. One morning she noticed the marks fading. Strength returned, but the girl who returned was not the same. She bowed before elders. She listened. She waited. Pride never returned, and when people asked what changed her, she answered quietly, "Disrespect breaks faster than curses ever could." The village remembered, and the story lived longer than she ever would.